Sonic Pocket Adventure. Now it's time for a real game. Man, have I really not used this layout since Pokemon Black and White 2? That's crazy. That's wild as fuck to me. Okay. Let me get the goddamn... Can we keep the Pokemon layout for Sonic? I think it would probably be a little disorienting, considering this is a game for one screen. It's not showing up on screen. Hold on. Maybe I do window capture? This is the first Neo Geo Pocket Color game that I've ever played. And honestly, if I had to gauge chat, I would imagine this is going to be the first time many of you ever see a Neo Geo Pocket Color game. Some of you might even be like, what the fuck is that? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know. Two Guilty Gear games on it. Holy shit, this frame rate sucks. Oh my god. Is this actually how the frame rate looks? It's so choppy. This is like... It's like egregiously choppy. I have to like look this up on YouTube real quick. Is this actually how this game runs? Sonic Pocket Adventure. Okay, so something is wrong with my emulator, because that is not how this game is supposed to look. Oh my god, it's because the emulator is, like, automatically set to skip a shit ton of frames? Why? Why? Oh my god. I found a bug immediately! I fucking... If you skip through the Sega... The fucking console breaks and it doesn't play any music. That's so funny. Where else are you gonna see this? Okay, it's doing the frame skip. Stop. Okay, Sonic Pocket Adventure. Now, if what I've heard about this game is correct, this game is, like, kind of a weird, like, pseudo, like, Sonic 2 remake for the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Also, it is noticeably a game that exists in the... Man, are we still calling it the modern era? It's like fucked up. The quote-unquote modern Sonic era has been going on since 1998. Sonic Adventure happened 26 years ago. Is that still modern? Does that count? But anyways, it's technically, it's modern Sonic. Oh man, it's even got the half pipe. I don't have to worry about Tails though. Yeah, Sonic Adventure released in, 98. God, I love Sonic Adventure. Still, after all these years, the GOATs. Same year as you? True! This is, like, semi-related to, like, recent Sonic stuff. What the fuck is the deal with, like, the Knuckles show? Literally, the first thing I saw of the Knuckles show was, like, someone posted online and be like, hey, there's, like, Zionist propaganda in the Knuckles show? And I was like, in the Knuckles show?! It was the first time I had seen, Paramount's, we'll call it interesting statement, and not, completely fucking deranged. No, you know what? We'll call it completely fucking deranged. We're not afraid to be political here. So confused because of all characters, Knuckles? Yeah, I think if there was a character to a pose, and, like, listen, it feels a little corny to say this about, like, a real-world atrocity, but, like, if you're going to have that kind of propaganda in your, like, cartoon, like, echidna show, the comparison's gonna have to be made. It is fucking baffling to have that kind of propaganda in a show about a character whose entire race got wiped off the earth. Like, you have to understand how completely insane that is. It's crazy. Yeah, it's bad, but I can't say I'm completely surprised. I mean, I wasn't, like, familiar with, like, Paramount's thoughts on, current events. But, I mean, Paramount has not really done anything to really, like, woo me. Like, I don't know. I'm not, like, completely, like, I don't hate, like, Nickelodeon and shit. I watched the new Ninja Turtles movie last year. That movie was fun, but, like, at the same time, it's like, yeah, they own Nickelodeon, which, like, Nickelodeon themselves are, like, fucked. If only just for all the shit that happened with, like, Dan Schneider. Like, I had no respect for Paramount to begin with. It doesn't make it any better, obviously. This is not me trying to excuse any of that shit. It's just me saying, like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Dude, Viacom is, like, the reason that, like, YouTube sucks. Like, Viacom is a big reason why, like, YouTube copyright stuff is the way it is. Because Viacom wanted to sue YouTube into the ground. So if anyone has ever had a problem with copyright stuff on YouTube, you can fucking thank Viacom for that. Viacom and Metallica ruined everything. Well, Metallica ruined Napster. I mean, maybe Metallica got pissed off at something on YouTube. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to Metallica. But I know they fucked with Napster. This is, like, kind of fun. I kind of wish this emulator worked with a controller, though. When I was testing this with a controller, it would just, like... the game would just flash, and it wouldn't work. So I am just playing this with keyboard controls, which, granted, Sonic games are usually, like, simple enough in the controls department. At least the 2D Sonics are simple enough in the controls department where that's not a huge deal. I mean, fucking Sonic games are one of the few platformers that you can play pretty comfortably with, like, touchscreen controls. I mean, people were gunning for those, like, mobile ports for years, because, like, yeah, it's Sonic. It plays fine like that. Oh. That's a severed head. Music makes you smile because it makes you think of Triple Trouble? Mm-hmm. We're probably gonna have to utilize save states also. Oh, please! Sonic, the pipe. Patrick, the lid. Glad I got this to work also, so I didn't have to play Sonic Blast. I don't know, I think Sonic Blast is gonna have to be a charity incentive at some point or something. That game's not very good, by the way. That game fucking sucks. Sonic Blast? More like Sonic Ass. You said that at the exact same time I did. What are they thinking? This game's poopy doo-doo from a butt. I think I fucked this up already. I don't know why I'm doing these special stages. I already fucked up. I'm not getting, like, 7 emeralds. Unless this game has significantly more than 7 zones. Oh god, if this is like a soft remake of Sonic 2, am I gonna have to play Metropolis Zone? I don't know if I anticipated playing Metropolis Zone tonight. Who developed Sonic Pocket Adventure, by the way? Was it Dimps? Is this Dimps' first Sonic game? Because I feel like they had one game before the Advanced Trilogy. By the way, I will be playing the Advanced Trilogy at some point. SNK? Really? I think it was people at SNK that went on to create Dimps. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh, please. Oh, dude, I've been playing through, like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and, like, man, they really, like, understood the funny potential of, like, setting a Yakuza game in America. Because one of the party members that you get in the game, he's introduced as Kamizawa, because, you know, it's more common in, like, Japanese cultures to call people by their last names. But that just hides the funny-ass reveal that his first name is just Eric. One of Ichiban's trusted party members, that's his buddy Eric. Now Ichiban can say, this happened to my buddy Eric. We're on, like, the same wavelength tonight, Devi. Ah, that didn't count. Ooh. No. Uh-oh. Fuck! My giant-ass mouse. It's okay, Sega doesn't care about emulation. But yeah, I really like the RPG Yakuza games. I'm like, dude, those games are so fucking good. I'm only like 10 hours into Infinite Wealth, and I can already tell it's like another, like, banger. I should definitely give the old Yakuza games a look at sometime. I think it was just easier for me to, like, go for 7 and... Oh, what the fuck? Dude, you have to do save states like this in this emulator? Oh, brother. No, RPG is a broad phrase, but you thought of a fantasy Yakuza. You're just, that's just what Ichiban thinks. That's just what he thinks in his beautiful mind. It's like the same thing to him. I mean, part of the experience is that, like, Ichiban's, like, view of the world as, like, a RPG, like, actually, like, comes into play in, like, the graphics. Even though he is just doing the usual Yakuza shit. He has a little bit of pyro vision. I don't know, those games are so good. Like, if you have, like, a computer to run them, or, like, a Steam Deck, or, like, a PlayStation, play the new Yakuza games. They're quite good. They're quite fucking good. And if you don't have that, look up the song Enter the Tiger on YouTube from Yakuza 7. That song's really good. You'll have fun listening to that, at least. To hold you over until you're able to do one of those things. I gotta get out of here. How the fuck do I get out of here? Oh, brother. Oh, this is like a nightmarish carnival zone. Okay, I gotta remember, I have spin dash. We're not cavemen! We have technology. It's not enough to get over this gap, though. Oh! No, I fucked it up. Oh, brother. Get me out of here! This is fucked up. This is fucked up. I'm only 3 levels in, they already put a devious trap. Oh, let's go! No! 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 Why? Why are those crushing blocks, like, semi-transparent? What the fuck? Why am I in hell right now? I think this is where you got stuck in Sonic 2. At least you got stuck before the game gets bad. Man, Sonic 2 is such a good video game until it decides to stop being a good video game. It really just gets worse the further you get in. Well, no, there's like, it peaks at a certain point, and then it goes down. Dude, Switch 2 rumors are going like crazy right now. Like they're going absolutely like blazing right now. You know what though? You know what's the most unbelievable thing to me about like current Switch 2 rumors? Is one of the rumors saying like it could drop as early as this year. Honestly, like, listen, it's been 7 years since the Nintendo Switch. I just don't believe it. At this point, I don't even believe it. If they're trying to make me optimistic about getting new hardware soon, I don't believe it. I don't buy that. Favorite way to play Sonic games is until you stop having fun and then you consider it finished. Mm-hmm. You were making a tweet about wanting the Switch 2 because of the rumors, and you got interrupted making the tweet because you saw 2 guys getting arrested at work! Yo, what the fuck happened? What did they do? Were they, like, shoplifting or something? I mean, listen, I'm not a narc. Although I did, like, actually, in the store I work at, there was, like, a lady who, like, walked in. And, like, I saw her come up to the deli counter. But then I also saw, like, 2 security guards, like, following her. It turns out that this lady had been banned from the store from shoplifting. I mean, again, I'm not a narc. I wouldn't have said nothing. Don't tell my work that I said that, though. Don't crush me. Ow. It doesn't, like, curve your shit properly. Man, these stages are really short, also. I mean, definitely in line with what I've played of the, like, handheld Sonic games so far, is the stages not being very long. Okay, so F6 does a save state, F9 does the load state, so I gotta remember that. Because I really don't need to have to start over because of game over. Oh, brother. I can't even get a hit on him without fucking dying. Fuck! Oh, brother. Oh, brother. This pinball level is a little hellish. This is a little bit of a hellish pinball world. Dr. Robotnik's mean ass, stupid, doo-doo, fucking shit, poop world. That's that new racing game that everyone's talking about, Dr. Robotnik's poop machine. I have been curious to check that out, actually. I think it's called Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers. Apparently it's like a sequel to Sonic Robo Blast 2, which I know a bunch of people really like. And I mean, it's a free fan game. Oh, motherfucker. I hate this guy. Chat, should we kill him? It's too late. Nobody can save your wretched soul now. Aquatic relics. Oh god, I am definitely realizing that I probably am gonna have to play Metropolis Zone. Dude, the idea of playing Dim's Metropolis Zone is fucking evil. I'm, like, thinking about that, and I'm, like, little Beepo's misery is increasing. don't even, like, hate Dim's design for the most part. I quite like some of the games that Dim's has made. That doesn't mean the level design is always stellar, though. I mean, Dim's is very much known for their, like, not very good boss fights and, like, their bottomless pits. Which, actually, I feel like this game has had more bottomless pits than the average Sonic game. This really is the origin of Dim's. Oh, I have no doubt we can beat this game. If I can't beat Sonic Pocket Adventure, I don't know what game I could beat, honestly. Please. Fuck. Okay, I had to continue, so it's fine. Can you imagine if I had to go back to that, like, boss fight again that I hated? That fucking Eggman that I hate? Yeah, water in classic Sonic games has never been particularly stellar. Honestly, Sonic games in general are evil as fuck for, like, doing this bit where it's like, oh, you wanna get some air so you can breathe in the water? Ah, yeah, it'll just be a couple seconds. Hope you've got that much time left. It's like a devious trick. It's maybe the most fucked up thing that Sega does consistently. Even in the 3D games, they pull that shit. Like, they never stopped being on that, like, hater grind. That's the only way I can put it. It's true hater behavior. Hey, you hate our water levels? Yeah, fuck you. We hate you too, bitch. Why is Grounder here? That's just one of Eggman's robots. That was a robot in Sonic 2. I guess he does look a little Grounder-esque. Why is Knuckles here? Knuckles, what happened with the show, man? You know, we talked about, like, the propaganda that's in the Knuckles show, but apparently it's, like, not even a good show outside of that. Apparently it's, like, a little ass. Like, apparently it's, like, barely even about Knuckles. Like, it's about the dude Wade. Who the fuck is Wade, by the way? I do like the sprite art here, it's cute. Wade is the one cop's friend. See, I don't even remember his ass. Newsflash, yearly release movie TV show spin-off is bad. Wait, we're already at Sky Chase? This feels like early. The Sonic movies are like... they're fine. I gotta be honest, I think Detective Pikachu is better, though. And, like, Detective Pikachu has its own problems, but I feel like as a film adaptation, it's, like, better. I gotta be honest, and that's a common sentiment. I don't even feel like the second movie is, like, that much better than the first. I actually don't even know if I particularly care about either movie enough to say that, like, one is better than the other. I don't know, that's not even me trying to do a hater take, that's more like a me being ambivalent take. In Radical Highway, what makes someone a criminal? Getting cock. Were we already at endgame? This really do be a pocket adventure. Oh god, is this Metropolis Zone? Arrow Base? Why is this the one song from Sonic 3 that plays in Death Egg Zone? I mean, I noticed some mismatched music, but this feels like... This is the one that I, like, immediately noticed, because I was like, wait. I know how this shit sounds. I know, like, when I hear the Death Egg music, I can, like, easily envision that stage. They were doing some shit with this game. It's true. I can't even tell if this is the end of the game or not now. Because I'm like, this is a stage that... I guess this is a stage that exists in Sonic 2. Actually, this is the fucking shitty, like, fucking airbase that you have to do near the end of the game. That has, like, the worst music in the world. Thank God they replaced it with, like, fucking Peak, dude. Not true. Not true. They're going to have Zavok be in Sonic the Hedgehog 6. Because he's from the Deadly Six. There's 9? Wait! What the fuck did they have after this zone? This is like the semi-last zone in Sonic 2. I don't want him to be voiced by Chris Pratt. Can you choose someone else? We're supposed to cringe before Zavok. We're not supposed to cringe because of Zavok. Oh. Oh. That started me at the beginning of the stage? Dog. I thought the chips that you collect were supposed to be, like, checkpoints. Do you guys think I could name 100 women? Idris Elba as Knuckles is still a puzzling choice to you? I don't hate it. Honestly, I think it's kind of fitting. Honestly, the thing that's, like, most, like, unfitting about Idris Elba Knuckles is that it's specifically movie Knuckles. Because, like, the interpretations of the characters in the movies definitely, like, leans more towards, like, being kind of kiddie. And, like, Idris Elba, he has a man's voice. Like, that is, like, you hear that and you're like, that's a man. And it's not even that he's, like, the most manly man ever, but, like, he's got a deep voice. He really does. You would not immediately associate him with, like, being this, like, I guess, like, younger take on the character. Like, I don't know, if Idris Elba was, like, Adventure Knuckles, that would go fucking crazy. Not that I would ever want them to replace the voice acting in Sonic Adventure, but, like, Idris Elba doing, like, the Knuckles monologues in, like, Sonic Adventure 1 would kinda, like, be insane. I would even, I hate to say it, it might even be peak. Ah! Knuckles got hit by puberty fast. True. Alright, gotta go fast. Okay, do a shave state. It's like getting Tony J to voice a newborn. Wait, hold on. Boss Baby 3? I don't know who does the voices in Boss Baby. That could have happened already, and I wouldn't even be the wiser. He's dead? Okay. Wasn't it Alec Baldwin for the baby? Weren't there multiple babies in Boss Baby? I wasn't specifically talking about just Boss Baby himself. Tony J's been off the air for some time now. Honestly, the world became a little darker after my friend Alice stopped doing, like, daily, like, tweets where she had, like, a bot set up on her account for the longest time that would just tweet out, check out the new DreamWorks movie, Boss Baby. And it sounded more grandiose than I just put it. It had a great legacy. She kept that bot running for, like, more than half a decade, and then just, like, I don't remember when it happened, but at some point, that bot post stopped happening, and it never came back, and, like, the world has been a little, it's been a little darker since that day. Things haven't been the same. It might have been, honestly, that might have been the exact thing that happened, is the fucking API shit. Fucking Elon Musk. That's a shame, because I've been using Twitter recently in a way that I've been enjoying more. And it's like, it doesn't even matter, because, like, the website's still, like, fucking dying. Great, I got wiser on how to use social media in a way that, like, makes me happy. And, like, now all social media sites are dying. Or, like, suck balls. Been using Tumblr more? I mean, I'm a Tumblr head for life, but I still, like, I don't know, there's, like, distinct advantages to a Twitter. Twitter, it's easier for me to, like, shoot the shit. For me, I like curating the kind of stuff I put on Tumblr more. Twitter is mostly just, like, I could put anything on there, because it's like, bro, it's fucking Twitter. Who gives a fuck? They made me do Metropolis Zone after doing the fucking airbase? Are they crazy? That's deranged. At least in the original Sonic 2, it's like, okay, you do Metropolis Zone, then you do Sky Chase, and then you do the fucking airbase zone. Doing the airbase zone into Metropolis is like some fucking, like, devious shit. Like, someone on the team was fucking deranged, dude. The slicer. I mean, so far this doesn't seem that bad, at least. Although, who knows, maybe they'll pull that, like, multiple, like, the 3-act shit. And then I'll be like, alright, I get it. I mean, it's something I like, kinda, like, poke fun at Sonic 2 for, but honestly, as much shit as I give Sonic 2 for having, like, a considerably worse endgame than, like, the rest of it, Sonic 2's still really good. Like, despite the complaints I might have about Sonic 2, Sonic 2 is still quite good. And, like, honestly, it is one of those things where, like any other Sonic game, the more you replay it, the more you get used to the bullshit, aka the more you can avoid the bullshit. Fuck! Fuck my fucking life. Ow. Guys, I gotta be real, I don't even know where the fuck I'm going. I can't tell if this is progression or not. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, how's everybody been doing? I'm trying to think what, like, the latest hashtag gamer news is. And I think, like, really the one that's the most recent is still, like, the weird, like, Nintendo Gmod shit. People are still, like, saying, like, oh, no, but it might not be Nintendo. And it's just, like, I gotta be honest, the discourse at this point is too exhausting for me to, like, figure it out. It could be Nintendo who did the takedowns, it could be some fake guy, and, like, Gary didn't do due diligence or whatever. I don't fucking know. I think that the Game Banana stocks are gonna go crazy. That's what I think. I think that all the dudes who are, like, dedicated to, like, putting their Gmod shit on fucking Game Banana, we all made fun of them. But, Gary himself said it was from Nintendo, but other people are saying, like, the source is shaky. Oh, I talked to, like, a Nintendo service rep. They don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Like, I don't know. I'm getting mixed signals from the internet, and I kind of hate, like, the idea of buying into any misinformation. So I'm just gonna say, the facts are Nintendo shit is getting put off the Gmod workshop, which fucking sucks. And, Nintendo's a dookie company no matter what. Like, even if it is not them, I mean, it's not like they don't benefit from someone doing it. Is what I think. I think at the end of the day, even if it's someone else, like, trying to make bank off of pretending to be, like, a Nintendo lawyer or whatever, like, I don't think Nintendo's gonna give a shit. They're not gonna be like, oh, that guy's soiling our name. They're just gonna be like, just let him do his thing. I don't want to see Gordon Freeman in Peach's Castle anymore. Oh, brother. Hey, Will! Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Dopefish is here. Welcome, everyone. I hope you had a good stream, Will. I saw you were playing, what's it called? Robotnik's, Ring Racer? What if there was a Sonic in my pocket? I don't know. What's the longest track I've played in a racing game? Oh, that's a good question. Longest track I've played in a racing game. Granted, most of the racing games I've played are just Mario Kart. There has to be, like, maybe something in Custom Track GP. I don't know. Again, I think the crazy thing is, I don't play enough racing games outside of Mario Kart. So I think it might actually just be, like, the one fucked up castle level that's in Custom Track GP. Did a 12-lap, 9-minute long Robotnik's Ring Racers track? Damn! That shit is way too long. It was so miserable. I can imagine. Also, thank you Walter White and Fortnite for the follow. And thank you for that exclusive leak on the stream, also. Clipped Will's realization of 12 laps. Awesome. I've been meaning, I kind of do want to try Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers at some point. How, like, easy is it to set up? I don't think I'd play it tonight, but maybe for my one of my other streams this week. Very? Okay. Because, like, I never played Sonic Roboblast 2 either, because from what I heard, it was like, oh, it's like a Doom mod. And I was like, oh, am I gonna have to figure out how to get Doom modding working? And I couldn't be bothered to figure that out. I didn't even really look into it, though. I'm lazy AF. Standalone executable in all cases. SRB2 is standalone? Damn, that shit's been a standalone the whole time and I never tried it? That's really funny. This whole time, because that was the first thing I heard about it, was that it was like a Doom mod, and I was like, oh, so I'm gonna have to like figure out like Doom modding. And I just didn't want to go through that effort, but... And now that I know, I could just download an EXE. That makes things a lot easier. Dude, he's in the adventure suit! It was an EXE mod 15 years ago as well? Damn! I would've hopped on that shit earlier if I knew. Well, that's my bad. That's my bad for not having a curious enough mind, to be fair. Also, you never have to apologize for being yourself, Debbie. Why did I die? Why did I die? Speak your truth, exactly. What the hell? I'm playing a Sonic game with wonky collision? What fucking universe am I living in? This wouldn't happen with Evening Star. Wait, which one is Evening Star? Evening Star is the Mania / Penny's Big Breakaway. Oh, okay. Well, then that's definitely not true. You shouldn't say lies like that. Okay, I played Penny's Big Breakaway. Good video game. Maybe some of the worst collision in, like, any video game I've ever played. Like, man, the amount of times I clipped through, like, random architecture in that game is, like, crazy. If you saw David Cage in public, you think you'd turn into a ghoul? If I saw David Cage in public, I would do something that I legally cannot say on Twitch. My lawyer has urged me that what I would do to David Cage cannot be aired, in case it might hurt me legally later down the line. You remember clipping through the ground at the beginning of one of the early stages? I mean, I give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. They're an indie studio. Inevitably, like, indie studios are gonna have a harder time, like, doing that kind of, like, polishing. And, like, Penny's Big Breakaway is still a very good game. It's just a very good game that has some of the worst collision I've ever dealt with in a 3D platformer. If that game didn't have the insane movement that it did, that game would be, like, 10 times worse, I think. Like, imagining trying to play through that game with its wonky-ass collision, but also you can't zip, zoom, and go up and down and all around in that game. That game would go from, like, being, like, really good to being fucking shit. Like, honestly, if that game didn't have movement, it would kinda suck. Zooming might be part of why the collision donks out at points. That could be true. That could be very true. I could see that. Fix most of the collision problems with an update? Oh, that's good to hear. Because that was, like, the biggest point of contention for me. He's too high. Me when my friend is weeded out. Oh, I forgot this is like the weirdo boss. Where you can jump on the explosion. You get edibles in a few days, let's go. Robotnik's a weed smoker. It was very funny when I took the edible on stream. And, like, it took, like, an hour for it to hit, but as soon as it hit, I was, like, a fucking giggly mess. I was like out of my gourd. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It was like literally, have you guys seen the one Rage comic where it's like, lay me high as shit, and then the last panel, it's like completely blank aside from the first panel, and the last panel that just says, I'm too high, I can't finish this. Did I get the anxiety phase? Not at all. Weed doesn't make me anxious. Like, I'm already, like, a relatively chilled out person, so weed just, like, accentuates that. I went to work the next day and I was still kinda high, and like one of my coworkers was literally like, you seem more positive today, which is like one of the funniest, like maybe one of the funnier things to say. When I'm like definitely like a little high off my gourd. Oh, fuck. If you're wondering why the game randomly stops, by the way, that's me doing save states in the simulator, because you can't just do it instantly. Okay, for any of the curious minds. Oh, fuck. Did I save state at a really bad point? I didn't. Okay, I'm actually the best to ever do it. I'm the Sonic Pocket Adventure wizard. Fucker. That is kind of true. The low weed tolerance, I mean, it can come in handy. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be like an avid like edible taker, but I mean, it probably won't be never, because Jen does them quite a bit. You'd smoke weed if weed was a girl? It is. Get high off your gourd at 5 milligrams? Dude, I had, like, part of, like, a 30 milligram chocolate edible, and, like, that shit never hit. I guess that's part of it also. I never considered, like, weight, like, taking into account weight when it came to weed tolerance. Because all my friends were like, oh, Morgan, you should really, like, divide up your weed chocolate. Because you're, like, if you don't, like, you might get too high. You might get dangerously high. And I, like, split it up, and I took, like, a quarter of it, and it never hit. It, like, quite literally just never hit. And I was like, I don't know, what would be, like, a quarter of, like, 30 milligrams? That would have been, like, 7. That shit did not hit. So the next time I took the edible, which was when I got high on stream, that's when I took, like, the rest of the chocolate. So it had to have been at least, like, 20 milligrams at some point. Or, at some point. At that point, I mean. This boss is hard as fuck, also. Take anything you could say with a grain of salt. This is like a wild non sequitur, but yesterday I tried Kudovo for the first time, that like Mexican food chain. That shit kinda hit. That shit was really fucking good. I had like a chicken quesadilla from there, and it was like a really fucking good one. Although I will say, I had the chips and queso from there, and this is why I, like, thought of that after you said grain of salt. Dude, the fucking chips that they have at Kudovo are so salty, it's kinda crazy. It's, like, maybe the most amount of salt I've ever had in, like, any chips ever. Like, forget about, like, tortilla chips. Just, like, any, like, chip I've ever had. The Kudovo chips were more salty. They weren't bad, though. It was just one of those things where it was like, as I was running lower and lower on queso, it was getting harder and harder to ignore how much fucking salt was on those things. You know what I mean? Loved Cordovo when you had it eaten at a non-fast food Mexican restaurant. Had it again earlier this year and it was just alright. It's definitely better than Chipotle. Dude, the fucking Chipotle, like, the nearest Chipotle to me is definitely, like, a nuclear, like, waste plant. My 2 Chipotle experiences was, I think it was New Year's Eve 2022. I had Chipotle for the first time, and that shit fucking annihilated my stomach. Like, actually, it fucked me up so hard. It was, like, maybe, like, like, genuinely, it could have been food poisoning. That's how bad it was. Maybe not food poisoning. I didn't have, like, symptoms outside of excruciating fucking diarrhea for, like, 20 minutes, but it was, like, bad, dude. It was bad. It is the worst that I had ever felt after eating a meal. At least in a very long time. Uh-oh. I didn't realize he could do that! Uh-oh. Honestly, like, the diarrhea after Chipotle, I would actually say is still not as bad as my second experience with Chipotle, which is, like, at some point, like, last year, I like, ordered Chipotle for myself, because I was like, you know what, I'm craving some Mexican, and, like, I'll give it another shot, because maybe, like, I don't know, maybe I put, like, too much, like, steak or something in the quesadilla, maybe their, like, steak is not very good on the stomach. And, like, I ordered, like, a basic-ass, like, chicken quesadilla from Chipotle. The fucking insane thing is that they, like, gave me, like, a fucking bowl of just, like, random shit ingredients. Including the fucking steak that they put in the quesadilla that gave me the shits! Like, they were on some fucking shit. And you know what? I was like, first time, I was like, okay, let me try again. Reordered from the same Chipotle on DoorDash again. Because, you know, I got the DoorDash refund anyways, so it was fine. I wasn't spending any more money. They made the same mistake again! They gave them the exact same order. It was fucked up. I was mad as fuck. I just got a refund at that point. I was just like, yeah, just give me the refund. Also to answer your question, Eeps, my favorite cookie is a little vanilla to say, but you can't beat a good chocolate chip. Awesome rant to beat the game on? It had to be known. It had to be known. I fucking hate Chipotle. Fuck Chipotle. Yeah, it's hard to beat a simple chocolate chip. It feels a little, like, basic to say. Especially because I'm, like, super Italian. So I've been surrounded by, like, Italian pastries all my life. But, like, I don't know. I like Italian cookies. But, like, I'd still think the chocolate chip, it's the GOAT. You know what? Actually, I changed my answer. Oreos. It's Oreos, by the way. Although, if we're not counting, like, a fucking, like, thing that you would find at any grocery store, it would be chocolate chip. But Oreos go crazy. Yeah, good old Yuji Naka. Honestly, I blame Yuji Naka for the Chipotle incident. You can always blame Yuji Naka. It's okay to do. But yeah, a Sonic Pocket Adventure. I didn't actually talk about the game during the credits, huh? Yeah, this game was alright. How would I rank it in terms of the handheld Sonics? I have to get the Sonic game tier list. Fuck. Do I even have that tier list up still? I do. Okay, hold on. Damn, did I not do this last time? I did this when I was going through all the Mega Man games. But I didn't start this for Sonic, so we should probably, like, start ranking the handheld Sonics. Also, that's cool as fuck, Cool Blue. That's dope as hell. Dude, there are way too many tiers on this. Can we all agree this is too many tiers to have on a tier list? Listen, I know some people who are, like, diehards, like, having, like, a shit ton of tiers. This is too much. I'm a very simple person. I'm like, you only need, like, 5. If you can't, like, condense your tier list to, like, 5 tiers, I think you're thinking a little too hard on it. But I'm doing this based on the handheld games specifically. SABC, you can stop there. Honestly, that's fair. C for me feels like it could still be something I reasonably enjoy, just not actually that much. Anything lower than C is like, well, I don't like it. And it's as simple as. I don't care enough about it otherwise. This is how we'll go. The best one? I'm kind of thinking, it's not Triple Trouble. What's the game that came before Triple Trouble on the Game Gear? That one is probably my favorite one, out of the ones we've played so far. Chaos! Sonic Chaos. Is Sonic Chaos on this tier list? Dog, I might have fucked up. I don't know, is there like a Sonic tier list of just Sonic handheld games? That might be easier. Okay, no. I think we have to stick with it. Alright. Alright. Try and find Sonic Chaos in this fucking mess. Is it called Sonic and Tails? In, like, Japan? Is Sonic Chaos called Sonic and Tails? In Japan? Does anybody know? Yes? Okay. That's the best one that I've played so far. That's my favorite one that I've played so far. It might not stay that way. Like, I don't think this is gonna be a Mega Man 2 where it's like, it's an impossible standard to live up to. Especially because I don't have as much, like, I don't have a nostalgic connection to, like, any of the Game Gear Sonic games like I did, like, Mega Man 2. Triple Trouble is Sonic and Tails 2. Triple Trouble was pretty good. I had a good time with it. Honestly, same with, I guess this would be Sonic 1. Sonic 2 on Game Gear is fucking evil. You know what, though? You're right. You're right. Sonic Blast, even though I haven't streamed it yet, is going in the fucking worst one tier. And it's going to stay that way because I cannot imagine playing a Sonic handheld game that makes me more miserable than Sonic Blast. Where even is that shit on this tier list? I found Sonic Pocket Adventure. That's pretty good. I'd even put it above Sonic 1, maybe. Would I? I don't know. It'll be in no particular order. Just know that I think these games are pretty good. Is that what this one is? G Sonic? Yes? Okay, well, Sonic Blast is Sonic Ass. So this in our Sonic handheld marathon is the current standings. Sonic Chaos is the best one I've played so far. Triple Trouble's good. Sonic 1 is good. Pocket Adventure is good. Sonic 2 is a deeply evil game. And Sonic Blast is, Sonic Blast. One day I'll actually do a tier list of... Am I gonna play Labyrinth or the Two Tails games? I don't know. It could happen one day. Where I put Mean Bean Machine as important for all of humanity. I like Puyo Puyo. I don't think I've played a lot of Mean Bean Machine, like, specifically, but I like Puyo Puyo. So it'd probably be pretty high up there. Just on the basis that Puyo Puyo is fun. I don't know, do we have Puyo Puyo haters? Are there any of you who are Puyo Puyo haters? And if you are, why? You hate having a good time? And playing? Not a Puyo Puyo hater, you're just fucking bad at it? To be fair, I'm kind of bad at it too. I'm definitely, like, better at Tetris than I am Puyo Puyo. Like, when Puyo Puyo Tetris, like, came out, I was, like, more comfortable doing the Tetris stuff than the Puyo Puyo stuff. But honestly, the more they kind of forced me to do Puyo Puyo, the more I was fine with it. Sonic Forces is a handheld game? That's kind of true. The fucked up thing is that that's true. Sonic Frontiers is also... Although, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of like most Sonic games are like handheld games at this point, right? Thank you, King O Man of War, for the follow, by the way. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to think, like, what Sonic games aren't available, I guess, like, legally on a portable device at this point. Because you got a bunch of the Sonic games on Steam on, like, handhelds now. It's a new game that released on Switch, you'd say it counts? Yeah, I mean, like, with the Switch and the Steam Deck, especially because the Steam Deck can run, like, every, like, Sonic game on Steam, basically. Even if they don't all run stellarly. Or at least they didn't when the handheld was more new. Unleashed, Sonic 06. Yeah, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog. A lot of Dark Age stuff, specifically. Like Secret Rings, Black Knight. Colors almost made that list. Until they released Sonic Colors Ultimate, which isn't even that good of a port, but that's beside the point. Secret Rings was fucking diabolical. Oh, Secret Rings is like maybe one of the most fucked up video games I've ever played. Secret Rings is like one of the most evil games that I've completed on stream. And that's a high bar. Maybe not a high bar. I don't finish a lot of games that I hate on stream. Dude, I already got my Hatsune Miku game refund, by the way. And no problem, Cool Blue. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. I think we're just gonna chill with Balatro for the rest of the night, also. I would start more Sonic handheld stuff, but I think the next ones I want to do is the advanced games, and I kind of want to have the advanced games to be, like, one stream. Oh, Sonic Shuffle? What are we gonna do without Sonic Shuffle? Also, good night, Devi. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Sonic Blast is short? Sorry, I got reminded of Sonic Blast, and it made my body really upset for a second. I had to unleash. That's true. Sonic Colors on DS is actually quite sick. I think probably, although I don't know if I'd be able to do it actually, because like Sonic Rush and Sonic Colors are like reasonably length. Isn't like Sonic Rush Adventure like pretty long because it has like the boat mini games or whatever? Like isn't Sonic Rush Adventure like pretty beefy? I could be misremembering.